Byul versus Polt on Yansu. Spawning over here in the top right-hand corner as the red Zerg, it is Incredible Miracles Byul. And his opponent in the bottom left-hand corner, the former WCS America champion, it is CM Storm's Polt. A lot of Polt fans here. Of course, he's a very easy guy to cheer for once you get to know him. I mean, I don't know if you had a lot of experiences with him.
I played him in a lot of tournaments, actually. I used to have this thing where every tournament I would hit Polt if both of us were there. But lately I haven't been able to play against him as much.
What's the score on that?
It was about 50-50, but most of the games were Wings of Liberty. And okay. My TVZ was a lot better back then.
Yeah, Infestors were a lot better back then, too.
They were pretty good units.
They were pretty good units. Barracks going down for Polt. And you can just see a lot of people like to go Command Center first. It's like their go-to, but you know, Barracks is just a little bit safer, and we can see that Byul not opting for any early game cheeses. And it will be going that 15 hatchery, so very standard play. You know, we talk about this all the time. What you prefer, four queen openings or a very fast gas opening on this map. I'm gonna throw it to you once again.
I like to go 4 queen openings, unless I want to cheese, and then often you can go for the gas opening.
So why would you go 4 queen opening on this map? I mean, what's the importance of it?
You want a lot of creep spread on this map, because I think it kind of favors Terran a little bit in the macro game. So if you want to play a straight up game with middling Baneling, one thing that can help you a lot is a lot of creep spread. And on this map, it's easier than you might think to spread your creep pretty far as well, just because it's kind of this long low ground area that you can just spread the tumors through pretty quickly and get it about halfway across the map without taking too long.
Is there ever a situation because of that where Terran just says, I'm going to go 3 racks before 3rd CC every time? Is that the correct way to play this out if you're Terran?
If your name is Bomber, but most Terrans these days just go for Hellions and play standard.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was going to say, like, yeah, regular Hellions, and then normally they get the 3rd CC or they get 2 extra barrels.
Oh, the flash build?
The flash build, correct.
Yeah, with the flash build, it's kind of common on this map, I think. But I mean, we'll have to see what he wants to go for. I think Polt will probably just do 3 command center. I think he's one of the turns who's better at defending it against early timing attacks, and he feels confident with that.
We'll find out. 2 queens popping out here. We do have a gas going down here as a Reaper will be able to scout everything out and see what's going on. Zerglings will be spawned, and they're just going to run away because they don't want to die. But the Reaper is in prime position to just kill this.
They're so sad because they know they can't even damage it.
Yeah.
So they're just kind of hiding in the corner and sitting there until they die. Like, someone's just shooting at them, and they're not even moving or trying to defend themselves.
Such a sad situation. It's like I'm watching you play Dota 2.
Yeah.
But Zergling's running across the map, and this can kind of surprise Polt here. It looks like his SEV will be... Whoa! Some micro with his SEV, but it's not going to be enough.
It was a good try, though.
It was a good try. Command Center almost finished. If he was able to get that finished, then he would be in a position where he could just turn over Command Center and not skip a beat. But in this position, very unfortunate. Zergling gets in, but goes down. Command Center was slightly delayed here, as we were saying before, but it won't be all that much. On the other side, we'll find out. Just drones so far. No indicators really of a gas bank, so no roaches in the early stages. I think we'll just see a very standard like 630 third base, and from there, he just plays macro mode.
Yeah, and it looks like that's what he's probably going to do at this point. Polt, on the other hand, he is making that quick starport, but he only has 1 bear, so it's just going to be for Banshees, I think. Kind of put it...
You think?
I mean, he put it a bit far away, but mine drop isn't that typical, and I don't know. I guess it could be mines. It's just strange.
It's not typical, but I've seen him do it before. That's why. It's not like I have some sort of, you know, like sick game sense here. It's just because I've seen Polt do this. Not a lot of times, but sometimes he just goes to the Marine mine attack. He has Hellions out in the field, and tries to put pressure while keeping on a relatively low count of units or a low count of production facilities. There's the second barracks going down, and this is what I was talking about. We won't probably see a third barracks because he's just going to try to shoot directly over to that third command center. Zergling gets into the base. Never mind.
Well, I mean, it got in. Saw that second barracks. Look at that trail of blood it leaves too when it dies.
It has physics in it, man.
Yeah.
This has momentum inertia. Third base going to be put down, but a lot later than I thought so. 7:44. Wow, that's a very late third base. Normally when I see this as a Terran player, I'm thinking mutas, but there's not even a lair up. What is this standard to you?
I mean, this is fairly standard. You can take the third between 6:30 and like 8:30, and it's usually not 2-base meta.
Okay.
I mean, but you can't read that much into it because sometimes you can do 2-base meta like that, but it can just be standard play too. The third base timing for Zerg differs based on each player's style. Because if you invest and do it a bit later, then I mean you don't have to defend it as early, and you're not going to have it fully saturated that early in the game anyway.
Yeah, you're not going to have it saturated, but it's just nice to have those gases available as you trail up. And it just makes me feel like layer tech attacks or layer tech choices are going to be not significantly weaker, but they are going to be weaker, right? Like you're going to be behind a couple mutas, you're going to be behind a couple of roaches, whatever it might be. Oh, a nice surround though. Polt losing all of his Hellions. This is a big cleanup. Byul's able to take a gigantic advantage in the early stage.
And now that just makes it so easy for him to spread his creep tumors across the map.
That's right.
Because it's just 2 Reapers now and they can't do too much. If they even try to go out, the Zerglings will surround them and kill them.
That's right. And what it's supposed to be is your Hellions stay alive and deny creep until you have some sort of drop coming out, or at least Marine, Marauder, Medevac pressure. So you can just step onto creep, kill as much as possible, and then drop back if you need to, if you're ever surrounded. And that way, you know, you have consistent denying of that creep, but you can see how far up Byul is pushing this. And he's doing a great job so far. Now, finally, units will sprint onto the field 10 minutes into the game. And we'll see if he's able to do anything from this, as Banelings are being made right in front of the Terran play. Oh my gosh, he's actually targeting Banelings down. None of them will live, and Polt is so sick, man. That is so crazy. Banelings, though, shouldn't have been morphing up there.
Yeah, Banelings should not have been morphing up there. And Polt made him pay for it.
Yep, here we go in for round number 2, and Zerglings just get absolutely decimated. Queen's not able to do enough damage to limit the count. Zerglings again being traded up here. But no matter how you look at this is a great trade for the for the Terran player, as he's lost very, very little and has been able to kill so many Zerglings. And Zerglings are expensive.
I mean, not that expensive.
I mean, larva expensive, I should say.
Yeah, it takes a lot of larva. It doesn't take that much money out of the Zerg's economy to produce them, but it's going to send him back a bit in larva. He is making a macro hatch, though, and that'll help him get that larva count he wants. I think, though, even though he lost morphing Banelings, it's not as big of a loss as it looks, because you get most of the money back when the Baneling cocoons die.
That's true. I forgot what the percentage was, but it's
like 75% of what it cost.
So it's all good. Now pressure over here at the third base. Polt is there to clean it up. He's looking really good so far, and I like the positioning of these Marines over here on the top of the high ground. He's just able to deny creep if he needs to, and on top of that, he's in a position where he can still pick up and run away pretty easily. Still no lair tech, and we're 12.5 minutes into the game. The Spire is on the way, but even that is a little bit late. But he's looking very healthy. The economy of Byul is looking healthy. So things are just progressing into regular mid-game stages. Upgrades are looking at a 2-2 advantage for the Zerg player. Polt a little bit late to pick up there. We'll have to retreat all the way back.
Yeah, Byul's upgrades are more than a minute ahead of Polt's. So that could definitely play into a mid-game fight.
Are there any 2-2 timings you think exist for Byul?
Maybe, but at this point in the game, Zerg usually wants to play defensive until he shuts down a Terran push, and then you can be more aggressive. Because, I mean, you see the supply, Polt ahead, and this doesn't mean much, but it's difficult to attack into a Terran when they have the defender's advantage ahead in supply.
It's even difficult to attack into a Zerg sometimes, though. With how much creep is already out here, Byul, he does get a lot of his creep tumors removed, though. But here we can see a fight is brewing. As I thought Byul was just getting ready to actually push forward, but no, he's going to back up.
Yeah, I think he just wants to not engage until he can get the best fight that he can. Yeah. And I mean, he loses some creep premiers, but you see he just goes and sets them again as soon as Polt's gone, so no loss there.
I like that. I mean, that's the true mark of a very skilled player, to just always consistently keep your creep up and about. Mutas fly in, just trying to do whatever damage they can, but nothing major will come of it. And it looks like we have very defensive play by both these players. Polt, though, starting to aggress now. Widow Mines getting into position. And that's a lot of Widow Mines, too. They're getting in range of some Mutalisks, or some Queens, excuse me. And now we can see the surround on the Queens. The storm is brewing, though, as I said before, and now this time it's a little bit more for sure. As Zerglings and Banelings move over to the left-hand side, and we do have a lot of Zerglings and Banelings in the front as well. Is this going to be a counterattack, or do you think it's going to be just a complete surround?
It's definitely a counterattack. And, I mean, Polt does have a lot of
units my gosh.
back, though.
Wow, Polt's wall is down. The Marines, or the Zerglings, are able to get in here. Banelings are going to push forward, forcing Polt to micro a lot, and great connections will connect. The third base, though, is under attack, and these are a lot of Marines. He has Banelings in plentiful count, and this isn't going to work out well for Polt as he loses everything over at the third base location. Mutas are going to ravage the third base over here. Meanwhile, the Zerglings were cleaned up, and an attack over at the third base, or the fourth base of the Zerg player, is going to eliminate that hatchery. Now picking up, going into the main base, but there are Zerglings and Banelings waiting patiently for those units to be dropped. Mutas dropping back. Byul in a great position. I do have to say, killing yes, he killed the fourth base, but the fact of the matter is he did so much damage at home, killed a lot of the reinforcements, and now going to take out this medevac drop.
Yeah, Polt, even though it looked kind of bad, he didn't lose as many SCVs as you might think. His natural still has 17 SCVs saturating it. His third base lost a bit more, I think. It only has 14 on the mineral line. But with the fourth base up as well now, I don't think Polt's in a bad economic position.
Oh, well, we'll see. I mean, it's going to matter a lot on this upcoming fight. Units tab shows 20 Mutalisks out on the field, and there's a lot of Zerglings and Banelings here, so this could be a little bit scary. But good Widowmine connections, that's definitely the X factor that we have to think about. Banelings now rolling into the supply depots and then into the workers. Now into the workers. And this is a very nice engagement for Byul yet again. I mean, Byul is playing out of his mind, man. He's playing so well.
Yeah, he just utilized the map very well, counterattacking and sneaking up that passage for the first counter. And then that was the perfect follow-up attack. And I don't know if you noticed, but there's no missile turrets in that third, so maybe Byul knows that and he can counter the mutas a bit later.
That would be good. But as it stands, I mean, you can see the third and fourth base is just ravaged. Every single building and SCV has, for the most part, been raised over in those, so no real good income. 1,200 minerals per minute, so Polt does need to look for something right now, and here it is. Great Zergling control, by the way, from Byul. He really knows how to micro these Widow Mines, just baiting the shots so that he can get good connections a little bit later on. And are we going to see an engagement? Again, going in with Zerglings over here at the third base. I mean, this constant pressure is just forcing Polt to react to this. And he can, at any time, do a combination, just swing all of his units into this position and crush Polt.
Yeah, Polt's playing kind of passively with his units. He's leaving a lot of units back at home. He has about 12 mines back to defend, along with a lot of bio as well. That's kind of unusual.
He's just scared of the counterattack? Is that it?
Yeah, I think that might be it.
Oh, nice connection with those Banelings. And now he's going to go in for it. The Widow Mines were not spread out, so the Banelings were able to clean all of them up now. Muta's moving forward. Will they be able to take the Widow Mines out? Yes, they will. But he still needs to be careful. Man, this Widow Mine, or excuse me, the Muta count is just so high, but that's going to be the trigger. Byul is going to be under attack at the third base, but here come all of the units. Great splitting by the Zerglings, picking off those Widow Mines so incredibly fast. And now everything just dies. There's so many mutas out in the field. He could have easily taken out the medevacs. Is he going to give chase? 27 mutas out in the field. Holy moly. And it's going to be a little bit less because each Widow Mine connection will be able to kill mutas altogether. But some great play coming out from Byul. He's up to 4 bases, still looking and searching for a 5th. He blew out these rocks over here in the top left-hand corner.
Can you check the resources lost?
Sure.
I'm curious what it is right now.
It's very even. Holy moly.
Close game.
Yeah. I think Byul is actually playing the better game, given that it is on Yansu. And look at the position, like from the watchtower over to the 4th base. This is just like a stone's throw away.
Yeah.
It's so close.
I think Polt is playing for the late game though. He's played very passively so far in this map. You've seen him leave a lot of units back to defend each time, and he's not pushing that aggressively towards the Zerg, which we see a lot with Biomine.
Just going for a couple of engagements here and there. Now wrapping around with some of the Zerglings. He's looking to hit maybe the, probably not this base, but at least the natural. Muta's now swinging over to the bottom middle expansion. Still no turrets over there, so these Mutas can do a lot of damage. But the rest of the units of Polt are going to pressure up and try to do a little bit damage at the 5th base and potentially at the 3rd base over there. Marine sprinting over, stopping these Mutas from killing off the command center. And now Banelings, will they get good connections? It looks like it's not enough Banelings. It's not, yeah.
Still, he caught a pretty good amount of SCVs, but I mean, not that good of a trade.
Yes, I mean you have to finish that off.
Yeah.
And
still, maybe the Mutas can do the job. Those missile turrets aren't defending it on one side.
Yes.
He does have units coming up to defend though.
It shouldn't be enough. I mean, well, the Mutas are gonna be enough for the Planetary Nexus or Planetary Fortress, and down it goes. Another drop into the 4th base this time is going to be parried, it looks like. Mutas on the other side need to get into position, but will run over a couple of units here and a Widow Mine hit. And the drop will get cleaned up pretty easily. Still, the creep spread has been receded for a long time, so I mean this isn't a bad position for Polt. He can still easily take a good fight, and he's looking to do that right now as Baneling Zerglings are coming in from all sides along with the Mutas, but a big wave of reinforcements are right behind that.
I think Byul can defend well though, if he just plays passively like he's doing with this, and engaging with small amounts of link banding into the front of Polt's force each time, and just slowly whittling down what Polt has to attack.
Oh, and it looks like he is doing that really well. Just stopping the Widow Mines from doing all too much damage. I mean, you're not really using a lot of material.
And he's not going to want to fully engage into this force until he thinks most of the Widow Mines are gone.
Yes.
And you just see he's baiting out more mine shots, then he'll send in the Mutas maybe in a second, pick off some of his mines. But he has to swing around to defend this base.
Yeah, and he's doing a good job. I mean, he's so cost-efficient with these Mutas, always killing some medevacs every single round. Now going for the big engagement as he knows Polt has stepped out into grounds that he really can't commit to, sending Zerglings ahead yet again and just overwhelming his opponent. Byul in a fantastic position here, but a reinforcement round of Marines, it might be enough, but there's so many Mutas still out in this composition. 23 exist. And now he will be able to clean up some of these medevacs, but do keep in mind he did lose his 3rd base over here, so that is pretty detrimental. But it looks like just contesting directly. I mean, there's just too much.
Economy now either.
And there.